Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another lantern and take a look at a 228H lantern. Stay tuned. I've already got a head start on taking apart this Coleman 228 hotel lantern. A little bit different than the last one I did, which was the Echo. This one has an all-in-one body for the valve and tip cleaner housing. It has this square shape on the tip cleaner housing there. That interfaces with the bottom of the frame here, and that way makes it a little bit easier to assemble, less likely to have to line it up perfectly. The other thing that's different is this burner assembly is actually kind of swaged in to the frame, and I'm working on right now getting the burner tubes out to try and be able to clean it and take this up and blast it in the bead blast cabinet. I'll keep you updated. First method I'm going to try and get this burner tube out is something I'm going to try with a little bit of duct tape and this stick that has kind of a 45 on it. And we'll see how that works. Charlie's here helping me out too. What do you think, Charlie? Since I got other things to do. Getting the burner tubes out was successful. The method needs a little bit of work, but the idea is that I wrapped this Gorilla Tape around the tube itself and then use kind of like a strap wrench leverage with a piece of wood there. And in the end, I kind of needed to wrap it around the dowel, and I think some method between the two of those would be fairly reliable. Gonna soak these in vinegar for an hour. Got the burner tubes, the pickup assembly here with its little pin and spring, the valve stop, and some of the other miscellaneous things with the packings and whatnot. Set those aside. Do a little bit of navel jelly on this piece because it has the tip cleaner built into it. I don't want to soak that in vinegar. And I don't want to take the packing out. I'll leave this on for about a half hour. Cleaned up the pump. I didn't bother disassembling it. It's already in pretty good shape. It also has one of those clip style that pulls down over and seats, and so I didn't feel like prying that off. Leather's in good shape and everything else cleaned up pretty nice just while it was on there. Now we're going to clean out the fount. Up next, going to clean out the fount. Take some water, put it in it with a few nuts and bolts, shake it around, get all that stuff to come out. I got the valve separated from the fount using this fount holder that I designed and implemented when I did the restoration of the 228 Echo. You can go back to that video and check that out. It worked great. No issues with the fount slipping and getting that valve out. So take a look if you're interested in that. And otherwise, I'm going to go get this fount cleaned up. Fount's clean, came out pretty nice. Used some water with some nuts and bolts down in there, shook it around, didn't really get any rust out. The other one I did, that Echo, 228 Echo, had a fair amount of rust in it. This doesn't seem to. This one is, it says 8 of 73 from Wichita. What else? Ran a little bit of alcohol in after the water. Shot some carb cleaner down in the... Cleaned the grease out of the pump there. Everything cleaned up pretty nice. Talked about the plunger earlier. Got it just folded down there with just a little bit of 3-in-1 oil. I guess neat's foot oil is what you really want to use, but the 3-in-1 is all I have right now. I found that to keep it up like that, it sits in a fuel cap pretty easily and will stand up like that. Timer is up for 30 minutes of soak time in the navel jelly. Take a little brush and some water and clean this up. Got this part all cleaned up, which is basically the valve body and also the eccentric block body. There's a fair amount of graphite that was kind of built up around in the inside there that I had to clean out. That took a little bit longer. Probably part of making it not seal good. But I'll put a new valve seal in there. All the brass parts have cleaned up real nice. What's left is to clean up the stuff in the bead blaster, this little plate, and then the frame and the supports there. This frame ring is in pretty good shape. Just gonna rinse that off and that'll be ready to go. These are the major tools I'm using here. Big crescent, 3/8 up through 9/16. This is stainless steel brush. Some kind of flat blade screwdriver, small, and then all these pipe cleaners come in super handy. Cleaned up the ventilator, the globe, also assembled most of the base. Left to still put in the packing here, but other than that, we're ready for assembly. The air intake here actually had spider webs down in it. A bunch of moths and stuff were found down in the frame area. But these pipe cleaners work really well to go in, and you can actually see it go up through there. And it really cleans them out well. Just received a package in the mail from oldcolemanparts.com, which had a couple things I needed in them. One of them was this fresh new packing. So we're going to put that in. First up is the small ring with the chamfer of the bevel down towards the hold down ring. Then we're going to put the packing on. It's graphite. Then the longer bushing. And there you go. Time to install the packing and valve stem. Everything's lined up on the valve stem. Put it in here. Get it started. Packing nut. Should be a 9/16. As it threads on there, it looks to be it's been dimpled to help keep it tight. It's not. All right, that's pretty snug. We'll try that. Just back from bead blasting. The frame and the burner up there, as well as this little plate, they came out pretty nice. Turns out these vertical pieces, though, are very thinly coated with their basically chrome or nickel, and they are in pretty poor shape compared to the rest of it. We're ready for final assembly. Get the burner tubes back in and that upper frame assembly back mounted on. Working along here, and Charlie has come to supervise a little bit. What are you doing? Yeah? A couple of things that this lantern's getting new is the fuel cap is new. It's going to get new ball nut for the top and the generator. Got it all assembled, ready to bring it out here and test it. Get some mantles in it too. Correct. All right, it's been burning for about an hour now. Seems like a pretty good success. Don't see any leaks around the valve or anywhere else. And its intensity has been pretty steady. We're gonna shut it down. All right, everybody, that was the 228H lantern rebuild. Stay tuned for more content, and don't forget to like and subscribe the video.